Be careful. A dark presence lives next door, and the truth about what they're planning will shock you. God says, this message has reached you at the exact time it was meant to. It is not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine arrangement that you are hearing these words now. The presence of a hidden danger near you must be revealed before it fully unfolds into something that could touch your peace, your home, and your destiny. There is a reason this video has arrived before your eyes, a reason your spirit feels drawn to stay, listen, and absorb what is being revealed. Archangel Michael's voice is already stirring in your soul, whispering to you that something dark has been too close for too long. What you thought was ordinary, what you thought was safe, is carrying a shadow that is not what it appears to be. The darkness next door is not loud, it is not obvious, and it does not shout its presence. It hides behind masks, behind false smiles, behind behaviors that seem harmless on the surface. But as night falls and the clock passes midnight, that presence stirs with intentions you are not supposed to see. This is why you are here now, to hear the unveiling before it becomes too late. This is not a tale, not a story, but a warning sealed with urgency. What they are planning has threads that could entangle you if you do not become aware, if you do not stand guarded, if you do not act with wisdom. The force beside you is not random, it has been strategically placed. It is a presence that watches movements, that waits for opportunities, that calculates steps in silence. And while you have been living your days unaware, their schemes have been building quietly like a storm waiting for release. They cloak themselves as ordinary, living their life with no apparent sign of malice. Yet in their silence, they harbor thoughts that carry weight and energy. That energy is restless, and it will not remain hidden for much longer. God says, what has been concealed in shadows is being pulled into the light. No darkness can stay buried forever, it cracks, it leaks, it spreads until heaven itself intervenes. And now, heaven has chosen to intervene by alerting you through this message. You feel the pull to continue watching because your soul knows this is not just words, it is a warning you are meant to understand. You were chosen to see this truth so you would not be blindsided when it arrives in full force. The dark presence does not act alone. It gathers strength from the unseen, from whispers that travel like smoke in the unseen realms. Their actions are tied to influences that are not of love, not of peace, but of deception and harm. And though they think their plans are sealed tight, heaven already knows every detail. Their intentions will soon surface in a way that cannot be ignored, and when it does, you will remember this moment, this warning, this voice that told you to be careful. You are not hearing this to live in fear, you are hearing this to awaken your spirit. Fear paralyzes, but wisdom strengthens. The reason this is reaching you is so that you may rise with awareness, not be caught asleep in the moment danger stirs. Stay attentive, because the next words are not just for your ears but for your destiny. They are pieces of a puzzle that, once fit together, will reveal exactly why the darkness beside you must be exposed now. Type Amen 999 if you are standing in readiness. The truth about what they are planning carries weight. It is not just gossip or mischief, it is something calculated, layered, and intentional. Their actions are driven by motives that seek to unsettle, to disrupt, to bring imbalance into what is sacred to you. But what they did not expect was the divine covering over your life. They did not see that heaven had already marked your steps with protection. Their eyes cannot comprehend that before their schemes could be completed, God would already position you to know and act wisely. You are not powerless, you are not exposed. You are being given forewarning so you can strengthen your ground, secure your space, and remain untouchable. When light enters, darkness loses its grip, and this message is light entering your awareness right now. Do not look away, because every word that follows is designed to unlock deeper understanding of what is happening beside you. You are about to see patterns that will confirm the truth. Type Amen 222 if you believe your home will stay safe. Their plans involve connections, whispers to others, and actions that ripple beyond their own walls. They think no one notices, but their movements carry an energy that betrays them. If you pay attention, you will see how often their actions do not match their words. This is why Archangel Michael pressed this message upon you, to sharpen your discernment. To remind you that nothing evil can outlast the shield of divine intervention when you stay alert. You are not meant to engage them in confrontation, but you are meant to guard yourself with clarity. Even now, their whispers are growing louder in the unseen. They believe their timing is perfect, but they have miscalculated. The divine watches every step, and their deception will not go unchecked for much longer. Stay with this until the end, because the full truth about what they are planning will shock you in ways you need to be prepared for. Type Amen 777 for clarity and protection. The house beside you holds secrets within its walls, secrets that are not visible to the casual eye. By day, the windows may look ordinary, the doors may open and close without suspicion, but at night, the silence carries a different vibration. The air becomes heavier, and the unseen movement of energy awakens in ways most cannot detect. The house beside you holds secrets within its walls, secrets that are not visible to the casual eye. By day, the windows may look ordinary, the doors may open and close without suspicion, but at night, the silence carries a different vibration. The air becomes heavier, and the unseen movement of energy awakens in ways most cannot detect. This presence does not sleep in the way others do. It stirs in silence, drawing from thoughts and intentions that carry a darker resonance. The walls themselves seem to pulse with an energy that does not belong, as though the foundation itself has been claimed for a purpose not aligned with love. And as their plans deepen, your spirit feels the unease, even if you cannot explain it. That unease is your inner warning, the nudge of heaven to stay attentive. You are not imagining it, your soul is sensing what your eyes cannot yet see. This is why the message has been sent, to bring what is hidden into the light before it can strike. You are here, watching, because God says it is time to uncover the truth and secure your peace. Type Amen 444 if you believe protection is surrounding your home. The presence next door is connected to movements in the unseen world. Their choices are not merely human decisions but are influenced by powers that thrive in secrecy. They open doors to energies they cannot control, and in doing so, they disturb the balance around them. These disturbances ripple outward, and this is why you have felt moments of heaviness or tension that cannot be explained. It is not within you, it is radiating from what lives beside you. They believe their activities are invisible, but heaven always sees. And now, heaven has chosen to let you see too, so that you can protect what belongs to you. No evil will ever cross into your sacred space if you remain aware and shielded. Light does not ask permission to shine, it breaks through on its own. This message is that breakthrough. It is the alarm bell you needed before their intentions could reach further. And by staying until the end, you will receive not only knowledge but a spiritual covering that secures your peace. Type Amen 123 to claim that covering now. The shocking truth about what they are planning is this: they are preparing to disrupt not just their own lives but the peace of those around them. Their actions are not isolated, they have ripple effects that could touch you if not revealed in time. They work in layers, testing limits, pushing boundaries, seeing how far they can go without being noticed. Their motives are rooted in jealousy, in greed, in the hunger for power that is not theirs to hold. They seek to build influence through means that strip away innocence and trust. And the closer they get to completion, the more destructive the results will become. Yet their mistake is this: they underestimated the power of divine revelation. They did not know that God would expose their steps before the trap could fully close. They did not know that your spirit would be stirred, and your eyes would be opened. This exposure is their downfall, because once the light shines, there is nowhere left to hide. What they planned in shadows will crumble in the presence of truth. Type Amen 555 if you believe exposure will dismantle their schemes. Their movements are carefully disguised, but the energy they carry cannot be hidden forever. You may notice sudden changes in behavior, sudden shifts in how they approach you or others. These are cracks in the mask they wear, and those cracks reveal the weight of what they are hiding. The darkness they harbor feeds on secrecy, but secrecy weakens when awareness rises. And today, awareness has risen in you. You are no longer blind to the reality, no longer unaware of the unseen hand moving so close to you. You must guard your space, your spirit, and your peace more carefully in these days. This does not mean fear, it means clarity. Fear binds, but clarity frees you to act with wisdom and remain untouchable. The darkness cannot stand when you stay aligned with the light. And the truth is, you are covered in that light now, simply by choosing to listen and receive this warning. Type Amen 1010 if you believe clarity is your strength. The dark presence beside you has been active longer than you realize. Their silence hides a restless force that does not stop moving, even when their outward appearance seems calm. They are tied to influences that thrive on secrecy, and every decision they make strengthens those ties. They have been weaving threads in silence, creating a pattern that connects them to others who share their intent. These connections are hidden, but their effects are real. The longer these threads remain unbroken, the stronger their confidence becomes. But their confidence will not last much longer, because exposure has already begun. The very fact that you are here proves heaven has intervened before their web could trap you. Their silence is loud to those who know how to listen with the Spirit. You were chosen to hear it now so you can be steps ahead, shielded, protected, and prepared. This is why you cannot turn away until the full truth is unveiled. Type Amen 666 to cut every hidden thread that was sent against you. Their plan carries more than ordinary intent, it is designed to disrupt the flow of peace. They are preparing actions that would bring instability into the spaces around them. And though they believe their steps are invisible, heaven is marking each one. The whispers that travel within their walls are not only for themselves but are directed against what you carry. The energy they build seeks to reach beyond their doors. It is like smoke, it does not stay contained but drifts outward, searching for more to touch. But your awareness is now a barrier. Awareness is the key that locks your space from intrusion. When you know the truth, you block the unseen attempts to draw you in. The strength of this message is not to alarm you but to remind you of the authority over your own atmosphere. Nothing dark can enter when you remain watchful, covered, and unshaken. Type Amen 333 if you believe no smoke of darkness will ever enter your life. God says, the time for their exposure has arrived. What they hope to keep hidden is being pulled apart by divine hands. The mask they wear will not hold forever, and when it falls, their intentions will be visible even to those who once ignored the signs. You will notice patterns, shifts, and strange behaviors that confirm this truth. They will struggle to keep up the image, because the light that surrounds you now disrupts their ability to hide. Every step they take is being revealed piece by piece. This is why your spirit feels a heaviness when you pass by, or when silence grows too thick. It is because your inner self already knows what the eyes cannot yet prove. This knowing is your shield, a whisper of protection that strengthens you daily. And now, your awareness has been sharpened to ensure you cannot be blindsided by what is coming. You are ahead of the storm. Type Amen 999 to remain ahead, guarded, and prepared. The truth about their plan is shocking because it does not stop with them. It is not contained. They are building something that could extend into others' lives, something that pulls at the peace of innocent souls around them. They see themselves as controllers of outcomes, builders of schemes, holders of influence. Yet in reality, they are puppets of a darker force, being used for purposes they cannot fully grasp. Their choices are feeding the unseen, and that unseen seeks more. But the divine has already written the end of this story. Before their plans can spill into your path, a barrier will rise that they cannot pass. This barrier is already forming around you as you listen. Their strength is weakening with every moment that truth is spoken. Light drains power from the shadows, and these words are draining their grip on your atmosphere. Type Amen 4444 to seal this shield fully around your home. Their movements are careful, yet they leave marks for those who know how to see. You may notice sudden changes, lights when none should be on, footsteps when silence should reign, shifts in presence that create unease. These are not coincidences. They are traces of the restlessness they carry. You were not wrong to feel the heaviness. You were not wrong to sense something was not right. Your inner voice was already aligned with the divine, warning you before confirmation came. And now, confirmation has arrived. This message is your proof that what you felt was real, what you sensed was truth. You are not imagining, and you are not alone in this revelation. This awareness is your strength, because it prevents their deception from touching your life. Their secrets can no longer be secrets once they are brought to the light. Type Amen 2020 if you receive this confirmation now. The truth grows heavier the deeper we go. What lives beside you is not harmless curiosity, not simple misunderstanding, but an intentional darkness choosing to linger. They think their actions are invisible, but the unseen does not remain hidden forever. Their walls carry whispers at night, and those whispers are not harmless. They invite energies that awaken after midnight, drawing strength from shadows. These gatherings are not ordinary, they feed on secrecy and silence. But silence has limits, and those limits are now breaking. The cracks are showing, the weight is too much to hide, and soon the very atmosphere around them will give them away. What they meant for secrecy will echo out for all to feel. And you are here now, hearing this, because you are not meant to be blindsided. This is your shield, your warning, your protection before the full revealing. Type Amen 555 if you believe you are shielded from midnight whispers. The plans forming in their mind are not random. They are layered, step by step, designed to unsettle. They believe they are in control, but the truth is that they are being controlled by forces they cannot see. Every move they make is guided by influences they invited, influences that now steer them deeper into darkness. Their thoughts are no longer their own, they are echoes of the shadows that live within their walls. This is why you have felt the heaviness grow stronger with time. It is not only them, it is what they carry, what they bring, what they feed unknowingly or deliberately. The more they allow it, the more dangerous their presence becomes. But God says, their time is short. What was hidden is collapsing under the weight of exposure. Their masks are tearing, their secrets are leaking, and their shadows are being dragged into the light. Type Amen 3333 to declare their downfall is already written. You must stay with this, because the most shocking part has not yet been revealed. What they are planning involves not only secrecy but also intrusion. They are seeking ways to extend their shadow into the spaces of others, and you are one of the targets. Their eyes have noticed your light, and that light unsettles them. They are drawn to it, yet threatened by it, for your presence reveals what they want to keep hidden. This is why their actions carry a weight directed toward you. But the divine has already blocked their reach. Though they may plot, though they may watch, though they may stir, the shield around you prevents their plans from succeeding. Their schemes will scatter like dust in the wind. The moment you know, their power weakens. And now, you know. Type Amen 2222 if you believe their reach will never touch your life. Their energy grows restless with every passing night. They believe their timing is perfect, that no one sees, that no one suspects. But what they do not realize is that heaven has already disrupted their calendar. Every date they marked, every step they planned, is already under divine interruption. Their confidence will turn into confusion, their silence into stumbling, and their intentions into failure. The more they push, the faster their plans collapse. You will see their actions begin to betray them. Their secrecy will crack in plain sight, their whispers will turn into arguments, their silence will tremble under exposure. These are the signs that their downfall is near. And when those signs appear, you will remember this warning, and you will know you were prepared before it happened. That is the power of being chosen to see before others do. Type Amen 1111 to stay 10 steps ahead of every hidden plan. The shocking truth about their plan is not just what they are doing, but why. Their motive is not simple, it is rooted in envy, in the desire to disturb what you carry, in the hunger to pull down what they cannot have. Their eyes see your blessings, your peace, your covering, and it burns them silently. This is why they act in shadows, why they whisper in silence. They believe striking in darkness will break you, but they underestimate the covering over your life. What is built on envy can never succeed, for envy consumes itself before it touches its target. Their motives make them blind. They cannot see that their own actions are digging the ground beneath their feet. Every plot they weave becomes a trap for themselves, every step they take leads closer to collapse. And soon, you will see it unfold, what they meant for you will return to them. That is the law of exposure and justice that cannot be broken. Type Amen 2024 if you believe envy cannot touch your destiny. Their walls are no longer safe for them, for what they invited has claimed the space. Their own nights are restless, their sleep disturbed, their peace stolen by the very darkness they welcomed. They thought they could control it, but instead, it controls them. This is why their presence carries heaviness, why silence feels so thick around them. It is not just them, it is what lives with them, what they fed, what they allowed to grow. That presence will not stay hidden much longer. It will manifest, and when it does, the truth will shock even those who thought they knew them. Masks will fall, and the reality will show in ways that cannot be denied. The shadow will reveal itself in broad daylight. And when that moment comes, you will be standing protected, already aware, already covered. That is why this message reached you first. Type Amen 888 if you believe you are already covered from what is coming. The presence next door has already started leaving signs for those with eyes to see. Small, subtle changes that might seem unimportant to the untrained eye, but to a spirit awake, they are signals. Their eyes dart too quickly, their voice carries tension, their movements lack harmony. These are not accidents. They are fragments of the truth slipping through the cracks of the mask. Their efforts to hide are failing, and the closer their plan comes to unfolding, the more unstable they become. What they meant to keep secret begins to leak in every gesture. God says this is the moment where the truth pushes against the walls. Darkness cannot remain contained forever, it will always try to spill out, and that spilling is already beginning. What is in the shadows will not stay there much longer. And when the spilling happens, the shock will not only be theirs but everyone around them. What they built in silence will collapse in the open. Type Amen 1414 if you believe every hidden mask will fall. You must remain steady, because their plan is not harmless mischief. It carries weight, energy, and an intent that is sharp. They are being used by something larger than themselves, a force that thrives in silence and secrecy. This is why you have felt the heaviness intensify around their presence. It is not simply their personality, it is what they harbor. Their decisions have allowed the unseen to live in their walls, and that unseen is now restless. They thought the walls would hide it, but walls cannot contain energy. Energy seeps, leaks, spreads into the atmosphere. And that is why you have sensed it without proof. Your spirit feels what the eyes cannot yet see. But sensing is not enough. This revelation is the confirmation, the clarity, the full uncovering of what your soul already knew. Type Amen 1717 if you believe clarity is your weapon now. The shocking truth about their planning is that it involves more than themselves. They are weaving influence, extending their hand toward others who will enable them. This is not a solitary shadow, it is a network. They whisper in secret conversations, planting seeds that they believe no one will notice. But even whispers travel farther than they expect, and soon those whispers will echo louder than intended. Their words will betray them before their actions can. The network they are building is fragile because it is founded on deceit. And deceit cannot hold weight, it collapses under its own lies. The very people they gather will become their downfall, for trust among shadows always breaks. This is why you must stay until the end, because the details of their plan matter. What they want is not small, not innocent, but dangerous. Type Amen 1919 if you believe deceit will always collapse. They think time is on their side, but their clock is already running out. Every day they add to their scheme, the faster it unravels. The divine has already cut the thread of their timeline, and they do not even see it. This is why strange interruptions have already begun in their lives. Delays, confusion, mistakes, they believe these are accidents, but they are signs of interference. Heaven is already at work, dismantling their calendar piece by piece. Their frustration will grow, and in that frustration, they will make mistakes. Those mistakes will reveal the truth faster than they imagined. Exposure is not only coming, it has already begun. And you, by receiving this message now, are standing outside of their collapse, shielded, protected, and ready. Type Amen 2025 if you believe their time has run out. Their presence is a storm waiting to break. It gathers in silence, but silence only makes the burst louder when it comes. And that burst is approaching quickly. They hope to disturb your peace, to unsettle your spirit, to weaken your guard. But the opposite has happened. By their plotting, they have drawn divine attention, and that attention has placed a shield around you that cannot be broken. The more they plan, the weaker their power becomes. What they intended for you will turn back on them, magnified. Their own shadows will consume their steps before they can even reach your path. You are protected not because of chance but because you were chosen to know. That knowledge is your fortress now. Type Amen 3030 if you believe their storm cannot touch you. Their eyes have already noticed your light, and that light is what unsettles them most. They cannot explain why their restlessness grows when you are near, but it is because light exposes shadows without effort. You do not even need to speak, your presence alone disrupts their secrecy. This is why they look away too quickly, why their tone shifts, why their silence feels heavy. They know, at a level they cannot express, that you are protected. That protection irritates the darkness they carry. But irritation is not power, it is weakness. Their shadows cannot harm what is shielded by light. Instead, they will stumble in their own attempts, blinded by the very light they wanted to fight. Their plan is failing even now, because you are aware, and awareness dismantles deception. Type Amen 4040 if you believe your light is stronger than their shadow.